All right, everyone. So, as you know, I have played the entire Miraculous Rise of Sphinx game, but we haven't ever seen the aftermath. After it came out, we just sort of forgot about it and it was just a thing, right? But I wanted to take a look today to see all of the reviews that were left on this game, at least on Steam, because it's available on Steam. But I couldn't do it alone, so today I'm joined by Haze. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me back on.
Of course. It was fun playing Guess Who last time, so I knew this would be the perfect thing for us to react to.
I feel like I had more fun playing Guess Who than I did playing Rise of the Sphinx, to be honest.
Definitely. Yeah. This game was well, you can just go watch my full playthrough, my 4-hour playthrough.
I can't believe you just sat there and did it all the way through.
I was committed.
I know, but because I think I stayed for the first hour on the live stream, then I had to go, and I came back just like, I wonder if he's still going, and you were, and I was like, oh my god.
It was rough. It was rough. But we're gonna see other people's experiences today with these lists, or these not lists. It's a list of reviews that I made. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and review it. Are you ready, Haze? Yes,
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. So first, we're going to start off with just reviewing the price, because I bought it when it was $55, and then you could buy the special or the ultimate edition for $65, but they dropped the price on both by $5 permanently. This isn't a sale. So they permanently dropped the price by $5, and there was a long time where it was on sale in general. So you could get it for $40 or something because it was on sale, because it just was not selling well. So it looks like the price is back up, but yeah, it was definitely an expensive game. It was AAA game status. Most high-end games come out at $60. So to have it come out at $55 for the base game, not even for the ultimate edition, is just insane. So I just wanted to give you an update on the price with where it is now. So if we go on to the first review, it is my review. So I'm not gonna read this whole review because I've already sort of talked about it before, but I'll leave it up here. But I do want to talk about how I made it a #1 most helpful review on Steam.
Are you?
Yeah, round of applause, maybe. I don't know. Anyway,
well done.
This was the only review I've ever done, so it was pretty nice to see that the one review I did was the most helpful review on Steam.
You hated this game so much that you had to sit down and actually write the I did a video reviewing it, but I was I can't be bothered to actually go on Steam and actually write a review for it. Forget that.
Yeah, so
took the time to do
it. I knew I had to. And then I also linked my gameplay video to give extra helpfulness so people could see it in action. So yeah, I had fun writing the review, but it was sad that I had to make it such a negative review. And I do want to point out, I played for 4.3 hours, which is I essentially just quit the game pretty much as soon as I finished the game. So I never opened it back up after that. So that is how long it took me to finish the game. I haven't played it since. So this person does recommend it with 22.1 hours, although they reviewed it at 1.9 hours of review time. So would you like to read this one?
Okay, so the game is okay. I do recommend it if you want something simple and charming within the Miraculous universe, but that's it. The game lacks sound design as a whole. There seems to be so many missing sound effects, and the music weirdly cuts off sometimes or resets halfway through a track. I feel like there was some sorts of love put into this, but it doesn't shine through enough. There could have been so much love put into this, but at the end of the day, we have to remember this game was made with children as their target audience. Hopefully one day we will get something much better looking, etc. Or hey, let's hope this game gets many updates in the future to help it grow. Is the game going to get updates? I didn't think it was getting updates. I thought that was
it's gotten one update, and it was a bug fix update.
Oh, okay. I mean, I agree in the sense it's good if you want something in the Miraculous universe, because I think my favourite part about the game was the bits where you just wander around Paris and touch people and go to different locations. That was my favourite part of the game. I hated the actual levels. That was my least favourite part of it.
Yeah.
But if they just wanted something set in the Miraculous universe, like they have like, I think they just released another one, so there's like 3 free mobile apps to do with Miraculous, like so just play one of them instead. Like so I get what they're saying, but also at the same time, no.
Yeah, but I think it's important to say, like, they played 22 hours. They got a lot out of this game. Like,
how would you play 22 hours other than playing the game like 5 times?
I
How
don't
on
know.
earth do you play this game for 22 hours?
I don't know.
There isn't enough to do.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you play it over like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I would think that's the only. There's only like, because one thing like I recommended my review that would have been cool too, because even though my favorite part was like the bit in Central Paris where you get to talk to everyone and explore. First of all, there weren't enough characters. It felt so dead. You know what I mean? Like, so Marinette and Adrian you switch between, but then there's Chloe was around sometimes, Marinette's dad, Roger, then Kagami, Luca, Nino, Alia, Max, and then sometimes Lila and Natalie. It felt super duper empty. But like maybe if they'd added some like mini games where you could like maybe like practice kendo with Kagami or something like that, that would have been cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or what I wish they would have done, which I think would have been better as like their first video game. So do you remember in Gamer 2.0 where Max makes the game where you can play as different Akuma villains and fight each other?
Yeah, having that
I feel
extra
like
part of it, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they should have just forgot this game entirely and made that into like a Tekken Street Fighter style. Like, it's not my kind of game, but like I definitely think that would have been more popular. They already have all the character models for it. Yeah, I think that would have been amazing. Like, and do that as your first like proper, like not like a mobile app, like as a proper video game. I think that would have been better. But like failing that, I feel like that would have been like a cool video game, like a cool mini game you could have had in the universe. Like you went up to Max and like that would have been like his mini game or something, like, and Luca or Nino had something to do with music. I don't know. Like, and Tom had like a baking mini game. I don't know. But like even that bit of the game got really boring after a while, especially towards the end because it's like lockdown and everyone goes inside and then it really is dead. So yeah, I agree. I think that would have made a much better game. They already had a good game. Why'd you change it? Exactly. They already had the whole idea, and I was like, why don't you just do that one?
Yeah.
So weird.
All right, you ready for the next review?
Oh yes.
Okay, this one's a fun one. This is by Tiki Muke, I guess. I don't know how to pronounce it, but they recommended it. They said, I walked into this game expecting nothing groundbreaking, and this game delivered. This game is 100% marketed for kids, and all of the comments that bang on about how bad it is honestly just missed the point. AKA my comment. They were definitely, like, mine's the number one that you see when you pull up the game reviews. It's like, they're definitely talking about my review. They say, my opinions, there is no replay value. You can 100% this game in a single sitting if you want, which I did. The story is average when compared to any other story-driven RPG. However, the story is completely on par with the TV show, episodic, which, you know, that's fair. Frame rate is, well, what I'd expect from a game like this. Audio is loud and somewhat repetitive, again, on par with the show. But this game wasn't made with adults in mind. The graphics are colorful and simple, the levels are simple to navigate, and the puzzles are quite fun when you're in the moment. The controls are simple and straightforward. There is a clear hero versus villain story. The characters are familiar if you're into the show, and you get to immerse yourself in the fandom. In short, perfect for children. Is it though? If you came looking for a high-budget console game, which they advertised it as,
exactly,
like some reviewers,
it was a high budget.
They literally advertised it as a high-budget console game. So
they said it was, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, they say if you're looking for a high-budget console game like some reviewers, then you're barking up the wrong tree. Even without knowledge of the TV show, it is very clear that this game is for children and will not feature any sort of wow factor. I adore the Miraculous. It is all the more charming for its simplicity. I absolutely recommend that you give it a try. As an aside, I would recommend this game to anyone who wants to find a little fun bonding activity. The co-op works, and the game can easily be broken up into bite-sized chunks of playtime. So that was a lot. It was a long comment. Definitely taking some shots at my review, because I'm pretty sure I mentioned in my review a high budget console game, because that's what they literally advertised it as.
It is. And plus, like, the price, like, even if they didn't advertise it as that, the price reflects that it's meant to be. Like, you only charge that much for a game if it's taken a lot to make. Usually, like the price
Exactly.
reflects the work gone into it. Like I agree with some of it, like the frame rate and the music and stuff, but like there is no like yeah, I don't. Just because it's made for children doesn't mean it gets to be bad, basically.
Right.
It should still be like there are like so I was talking to Aiden before we started filming. One of my favorite games when I was a child was SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. They recently re-released it, like they remastered it, and it was still a really enjoyable game as an adult. The game is made for children, but as an adult, I still had loads of fun playing the game, even though I had played it before several times when I was a child. So I don't particularly think it not being made for adults is a good enough reason for it to be overall a terrible game, basically.
Yeah. Well, let's first of all, let's look at how many hours they have on the game. They have 1.6 hours. They didn't even finish the game and they had this heated of an opinion on it.
Because like,
I was like, oh, they
goes
recommend this game, it delivered. It's like, you didn't even finish the game. You didn't play it to completion. And they reviewed it at 1.1 hours. So like they were like barely in the first level. And then they were like, all right, I'll review this game. I like it. It's a good game. You can't say it's a good game if you haven't even finished it, you know?
I mean, like, it gets super repetitive. And whilst I take what they're saying, like the show in its nature, at least in the earlier seasons anyway, because this is set like sometime in season 3 because it's leading up to Chloe's akumatization in Miracle Queen, it's still really repetitive to the point where it's really boring. Like the only thing that saved the repetitiveness was having like a different visual look on each of the levels, because like Mr. Pigeon was just like normal Paris, and then who was next? Was it Penny akumatized with all the music instruments, and then it was Max with different technology stuff, and then Chloe with like all the random gold things. I think that was the main 4, and then it was down in the sewers to Mayura, and then the Trocadero and Eiffel Tower for Hawkmoth right at the end. Like the visual look of the level design, even though like in terms of like graphics it didn't look that great, but just in terms of like how it was dressed up was the only thing that stopped it being from completely boring.
Right. Yeah. Well, since, you know, this review and the previous review both said this game is meant for kids, I think we should look for other games that are very clearly meant for children. So first, we have PJ Masks Heroes of the Night. You know, this is based off of the TV show PJ Masks, I guess. I don't really know it. But anyway, I have a few screenshots here. And overall, I think this game graphically looks pretty good. It was released in 2021. So it was a year before Miraculous, the game. In the graphics, you know, they're not perfect. They're not beautiful. They're not breathtaking. But I would say they're better than the Miraculous graphics. A hot take, you know.
Yeah, I would. I mean, especially for the game, like Adrian, he looks like Donald Trump's son. His skin is like orange in the game. Max's hair is, I don't know what they did to it in Rise of the Sphinx, but it looks so weird. And yeah, it just looks awful throughout most of it, especially for the game. I don't usually care that much about the animation in the show, but I do care about the video game graphics, and it wasn't good. This looks far better. Yeah,
so the PJ Masks, like, granted, I haven't played the game and I'm not gonna buy it, but you know, it looks graphically better. And from the videos that, you know, on the review or on the like the show or the Steam page, it looked good. Like, it looked better in graphics than Miraculous. So, you know, you would say, well, ooh, if it looks better, you know, what's the price? Well, on Steam it's $40, which is the highest price you're gonna see. And then above that screenshot, you can see at Walmart it's like $25, GameStop is $15 with a sale, Amazon $20. You know, it's averaging around $20. Significantly less than $50. And granted, you know, the Steam edition is more expensive, but you know, I don't know why you would buy it on Steam. Like, most kids aren't playing on Steam, you know, realistically.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like with the Miraculous game, I wouldn't have, like, if I'd known, I'd recommend people waiting till it goes on sale for like at least $30. That's the absolute most I'd recommend you should buy it for. I don't think it's worth any more than that.
Right. So this game is 100% made for children. It's another IP, you know, PJ Masks, and it looks graphically better, and it is significantly less money. And it was released, you know, a year before the Miraculous game. So why is, you know, Miraculous, you know, a kid's game, worse in every way to this game? I haven't, obviously, you know, we don't know gameplay, but at least, you know, from the gameplay that I saw in the videos, it looked pretty good. So, you know, but this was just one example. You know, maybe I just picked, you know, the best one. Well, let's take a look at Paw Patrol on a Roll, you know, another IP. Graphically, it does look good. Not as good as the PJ Masks, but definitely, I would say, you know, if it's not better than the Miraculous, it's at least identical with it. But I would even argue that from these screenshots, it looks about the same or better.
I want that whale. That whale is adorable.
So there's that. And then this game on Steam is $30, which, you know, again, is a little bit more than, you know, you would probably pay for this. But it is on Steam. So Steam, for some reason, for these games, they're more expensive for whatever reason. But Amazon, $20, GameStop, $15, Walmart, $20. So averaging, again, about $20, just like the last game. Definitely like a kid's game. But here's the kicker. This one was released in 2018.
Oof.
So these graphics are from 2018.
Yeah.
That's like over 4 years ago. And they're still like as good, if not better, than the Miraculous graphics. And it is just a kid's show, or like a kid's game. You know, it's not geared towards a larger audience. Like when they were making the Miraculous game, they knew that there would be people who were older playing the game, because Miraculous definitely knows that they have a large audience, you know, over the age of 10 years old. You know,
I'm pretty
Paw Patrol,
sure
I don't know if I can say the same. I don't know many people.
Yeah, Paw Patrol's definitely for, I'd say, children under 8, but like it seems like, because I'm pretty sure Ezra said, so the English dub director, he said they're aware that the biggest audience is like, he said like 18 to 24, so
right,
adults. Plus as well, like, not that most kids have money, but like that's like the amount they're charging for it is like a adult price, you know what I mean? Like kids are gonna have to wait till their birthday or Christmas to ask for this game, because realistically they're not gonna get that much in like pocket money or whatever. So like if you are making a game meant for kids, then again the price probably reflects it. Like, don't get me wrong, $30 for a Paw Patrol game is still a lot, but it's a lot more affordable than like $50 or $60.
Right. Yeah, and so it's like, it just goes to show you that, yeah, no, they're not really comparable. Like that argument that this game is just, you know, for children, it's not made for adults, it just doesn't work. On the next slide here, I have the same kind of thing. I pulled 2 screenshots from the Steam page, and like you could just see like this game looks terrible from the screenshots. Like,
apparently compared to Paw Patrol, the Paw Patrol one looks so much better.
like look, it's bright, it's, you know, animation-y, it looks good. Then you get Miraculous, it looks like jagged, and like, you know, the lighting is weird.
Plus as well, the dogs on the Paw Patrol look exactly like they do in the show. Whilst Ladybug and Cat Noir, Marin and Adrian are like, you can recognize everyone, they don't really look similar enough, to be honest. Like, yeah, you can tell it's them, but it's like a really weird and warped version of them. Right. Kind of.
Yeah, so on Steam, you know, like, you know, we said earlier, this game is $50, which is more than the 40 and 30 for the other games. But again, it's Steam, it's a little bit more expensive. So let's look realistically at like Walmart. Walmart is selling it for $30, Target's $40, Amazon's $30, and then the Green Man and Fanatical, I don't know what those are. I would not buy it from those that seems like a scam. But yeah, I guess if you really wanted to, you could take a risk with that. But, you know, realistically, you know, it's looking like average of like $33 with 2 30s and 140. Yeah, if you were buying it retail or Amazon.
Yeah, that's a reasonable price to pay.
It's certainly more reasonable than $50. You know.
Yeah, it's not worth the 50. Don't buy it for 50.
Yeah. So if you go to Walmart, you can pick it up for $30. That's, you know, about what I would have expected the starting price to be. You know. But even then, you know, knowing what I know now, would I even buy it for $30? Probably not. Definitely not if I was just an average enjoyer of Miraculous. I'd have to be like a big fan to buy it for $30 because it's just not like that good of a game in general. There's much better games that you could buy for $30.
Yeah, like if I didn't have like a channel for it, like, oh, I can play it and make it into videos, I definitely wouldn't have bought it. I would have just watched someone else's gameplay and been like, well, I'm glad I didn't buy it because that was terrible.
Yeah, so it's insane. All right, next review. This one, they did not recommend it. Would you like to read this one, or would you like me to read this one? We probably don't need to read all of it.
Okay, well, I do not recommend this game. If you want to play it, that is your money gone. This game has multiple issues, and I am barely 2 Akumas in. First of all, the game loads very slowly. The graphics look like someone did it with an old Unity version with no love. The models look like some amateur made them, I agree. I don't understand why they just use the ones from the show. Animations are slow and weirdly unrealistic, and that is saying something for a game based on a 3D animated TV series. So you would think it would look... So you would think it would be better than the show, but even season 1 of Miraculous looks better than this.
Although season 1 is the best season of Miraculous visually in general, so that's, at least in my opinion.
The controls feel slow and unresponsive. Yes, I agree to that. And the attacks feel way too responsive. Secondly, the DLC we can buy that adds those costumes, useless. It's just for cosmetics, and don't even work in the cutscenes, which look bad as well, which makes no sense. The voice acting sounds bored. We have too little voice acting. Once more, I only managed to get to the second Akuma and level 2. Paris is just an annoying overworld. The game is not worth the price. I would put the price at maybe $20 to $30 instead of $50 or $65. I do not recommend this game, or hope none of you have to play it for yourselves. If you are a Miraculous fan and absolutely want to play it, I won't stop you, but reconsider 10 times before you press buy, please. The story could be interesting, but I am not going to spend a lot more time and will instead resort to YouTube, which I will suggest you all do too. I agree with pretty much most of it, especially the controls.
Yeah, the controls
were so
terrible.
Janky. Yeah. Plus as well, I heard as well, I played it on PS5, but I spoke to someone who played it on the Switch and they said it did not port well to Switch, that it was terrible on Switch. Yeah, like if you're going to port the game, it has to be like as if it was made for that console.
Right.
So I can't speak to it since I only played it on the PlayStation, so I don't know, but I was like, well, that's not good. But yeah, the controls are really bad. And the thing that annoyed me the most probably was, I think you said it in your live stream, the fixed camera angle. I hated that.
Yeah, but another thing, like as far as porting goes, you know, it's available on Steam, and technically you don't need a controller, but it's keyboard only, and the controls are weird. So like you essentially have to have a controller, unless if you're willing to spend like 3 hours getting used to the controls.
Oh.
So even on like, you can't, it shouldn't even be on Steam.
Yeah.
Because you have to have a controller. So this person did not recommend it. They they reviewed it at 0.8 hours, so they didn't even get through 1 hour of gameplay, and they were just like, this game is absolute garbage. They went ahead and picked it up and gave it another try, but they still were like, it's terrible. Did not
like
finish
it's
it at
okay at first. Like the first level is fine, and then you get to explore Paris, and that's quite interesting. And then maybe the second level, but after that, you basically there's nothing really new about it.
Yeah,
like,
it's just repeated.
You've had all the experience of the game at that point. After you got to the end of Penny's level, I think pretty sure she's the second Akuma. You're done.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Is there another review? Yes, there is. This person says, I really do not recommend this. It is really, really bad. People really hate this game. 1 hour on record. They only played for 1 hour. So yeah, this person just does not like it. All right, let's check out the next one. Oh, this is another.
Oh my god.
Let's not look at all of this, but let's just like, you know, do some key points. You know, essentially this guy.
4 out of 10.
Yeah. It says 4 out of 10 there at the bottom. And then this guy, I guess, bought it for his daughter, and you know,
they said it's very basic, probably more of a home on a tablet or mobile platform, which I agree with somewhat.
Yeah,
like I don't see like, I mean, the mobile games Miraculous aren't spectacular, but like it's a free mobile game, so that like you're not expecting loads. So because of the price of this, you're expecting a lot more, and it just didn't just didn't deliver in the slightest. So I feel like it would have been much better as like
Right.
maybe like a cheap app on a tablet. I think that would be good, to be honest. I think it would suit that.
I think this one paragraph, Miraculous Rise of Sphinx, does not have some nice elements to it, or does have some nice elements to it, but nothing more than a basic tie-in. It's certainly not enough to justify the AAA price tag, and I would only recommend getting this if it's on sale, which we have said, and even then it's way too overpriced for the content that's there. Yeah, because you can finish this game in like 3 hours. I took a little bit longer for 4, but you definitely do it in like 3. And this person played for 15.4 hours. So, you know, their daughter got, you know, a decent amount of use for it.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's definitely not worth the AAA price tag.
Yeah. I think that's definitely the biggest sticking point. Like, because no, it's not the worst game ever. I've played worse games than this, but like, the price is far too much. Like, it's a AAA price game. And it's not AAA game quality. So
at all.
Don't
at all.
that. No, not even close to it.
Let's see. Is there another one? There is. All right. As a big fan of the show, this game was a lot of fun to me. However, I do not think the quality is worth the full price I paid for it. I do recommend getting it on sale, though. The chapters feel like they'd fit in as episodes, and it's just a very fun experience. I'd recommend it if you enjoy the show. Now, I do want to give this person props because they played for 28 hours. They got their money's worth.
Yes. I mean, I see what they're saying. Like, yeah, I do feel like all the Akuma fights for the levels do really fit with the show, but like at least the show has like especially like a season 1 episode. There's more to each of the episodes than just running around chasing the villain. There's a bit more going on with like Marinette and all the other characters, with Adrian or Alia or someone else. So whilst like the early show, is really repetitive, it's not boring though. It's still really interesting to watch. So I see what they're saying, but I'm not sure if enjoy it. Like, because whilst it has obviously a lot of similarities in the show in terms of the structure, the show is a lot more entertaining. You just wander around aimlessly, basically.
Yeah. But I did want to include this in here because it does show that people can enjoy this game. Like, this person really enjoyed it. If they took 4 hours per run through, they played this game 7 times over and likely finished it to 100% completion. So, you know, this person clearly did enjoy it.
Why you'd want to play it 7 times though?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess if you just really enjoy it. But yeah, I believe this was the last review. So I did want to end off on like a good note. Like, yeah, people, like, there's some people who do enjoy it, but not most people. On Steam, this game has like a review. Like on Steam, it says like mixed reviews. So there are some recommended, some not recommended. And we looked at some of both, but a lot of like the recommended reviews are like Ladybug. They just say like Ladybug and then they recommend it. It's like, okay, you clearly did not play the game. But yeah, that was the reviews of this game. I don't know if there's going to be any more of this game. Maybe Haze and I will have to play the co-op version of the game. But yeah, I don't know if there's going to be any more videos on the Miraculous game. I wanted to just do a quick rundown of the reviews and the final opinion of people. So if you personally have played the game, let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to read them, and I'm sure Haze would be interested to go see your thoughts on it. If you happen to be unlucky enough to buy it yourself and play it. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. Thanks for joining me, Haze.
No problem. It was really fun. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to have fun collabs. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.